When did you start smoking dope? When did you start smoking marijuana?
When?
Yeah. Dude, get your hair out of your face. Yeah. I'm better. I can see you now. I can pretty much paint the picture of your life for the next 5 years. Okay? You are like the poster child for Mr. Laid Back. Wow, you got me with your logic on that?
All right, everyone. Today we're looking at a case where Judge Oakley is face-to-face with a young defendant who walks into the courtroom with a surprising amount of confidence. His attitude almost makes it seem like he thinks he's starring in his own courtroom drama, completely unaware of how serious the situation actually is. His casual behavior suggests he hasn't fully understood that legal proceedings aren't something you can treat lightly or ignore. Judge Oakley, on the other hand, is fully prepared to bring this hearing back to reality. From the moment the conversation begins, you can tell she intends to make sure he understands the importance of accountability, structure, and respect for the law. This isn't just about correcting a single mistake. It's about giving him a clear message that the choices he makes today will directly affect his future as we go through this hearing. Pay attention to how she communicates with him. Judge Oakley has a way of balancing firm guidance with straightforward explanation, and it becomes clear she's trying to get through to him before things escalate further. Whether he chooses to take that advice seriously is a different question altogether. Let me know what you think as we move through this case. Do you think this young man is finally going to understand the gravity of the situation and take Judge Oakley's words to heart? Or will he leave the courtroom unchanged and continue the same behavior that brought him here in the first place?
Come on up, Mr. Vick. Mr. Vick, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? Where's your attorney then? Who's your attorney?
I don't have one.
Then you're doing it without one, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it without one, or you want to talk to one of ours?
I'll do it without one.
Okay. Dude, get your hair out of your face. Yeah. I'm better. I can see you now. All right. All right, I've got a ticket here, and the prosecutor says you're going to plead responsible to double parking, and we're going to dismiss a misdemeanor charge of reckless. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's the way you want to resolve this today?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
17.
All right, I understand you're almost done with school?
Yes, sir.
Then what's your plan?
I've been trying to get a job at Sadly.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Where have you been trying to get a job?
I'm trying to get a job at the service yard at Holiday Inn at the apartments.
Okay. Why do I have a ROA for a double parking? We've already got a double ROA for it? Oh.
So everything.
It's confusing. No, it's not the way I'm used to saying it. I thought we had 2 tickets going. Okay. All right. Where else have you looked?
I looked at the bait shop in Logo.
Okay.
And I also looked at Walmart and Buffalo Wild Wings.
And nobody's hiring you?
Well, Walmart, I don't know, but I can't get a response from Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm trying to go to the holidays.
Okay. Okay. All right. You got a driver's license?
No, sir.
Yeah, transportation is going to be an issue then. All right. So what's your long-term plan? Done with high school, then what?
I'm trying to be an engineer.
So you're going to school somewhere.
Hopefully, that's.
Where and when?
Well, I graduate this year, and maybe I hope to go to college. Maybe by the time I'm 19.
Okay. What are you waiting for?
Nothing really.
Then why aren't you going to college now? As soon as you graduate?
I'm trying to finish school right now.
No, as soon as you graduate.
As soon as I graduate.
Yeah. Why aren't you planning on being in school somewhere in the fall?
I mean, I really didn't think about that, but.
When did you start smoking dope?
You can tell right away that this young man appears unusually unfocused as he stands before the court. His posture is slow, his reactions are delayed, and he carries himself with a kind of dazed expression that suggests he may not be fully present in the moment. It almost feels as though he walked into the courtroom without mentally preparing for the seriousness of the situation, and it's very noticeable from the moment he speaks. His eyes look heavy, his movements are sluggish, and the overall energy he brings into the room raises questions about whether he understands the importance of what's happening. While some people naturally have a calm or laid-back demeanor, this goes beyond simply being relaxed. He seems disconnected, almost as if he's not fully aware of the environment he's in or the consequences he may be facing. Standing in front of a judge requires clarity and focus, and when someone appears as distracted, it creates a concerning impression. It makes you wonder if he's grasping the weight of the charges or the instructions being given to him. Judge Oakley will need to determine whether his behavior is simply due to nerves or if something else may be affecting his understanding. What do you think? Is he just overwhelmed by the moment, or does it appear like his mind is somewhere else entirely? I'm curious to hear your thoughts, because his demeanor definitely stands out as we continue through this hearing.
When did you start smoking marijuana?
When?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Okay. How often you hit it?
That often.
What's that mean?
Like, barely.
What's that mean? Give me a frequency, brother. Once a month, once a week.
Speak.
Okay. All right. So on this file, you're not working now, so I'm not going to give you money. I'm not going to charge you fines and costs. I'm going to charge you community service hours. But I also have to give you a little lecture. Dude, I've been doing this a long time. All right? I can pretty much paint the picture of your life for the next 5 years if you don't do something drastic. Okay? You are like the poster child for Mr. Laid Back. All right? If you're talking about going to school when you're 19, I can guarantee when you're 21, you'll still be talking about going back to school. Guaranteed. I mean, I would bet $100 of mine against one of yours that by then you could come back and we'd still have this conversation about your planning on it. Okay? If you were my nephew, I would put you in a car, I would drive you over to Canton on Ford Road, I would walk you into the recruiting office where you can talk to the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, Air Force, they're all in one building, and I would have you go door to door to door and find out what they could offer you if you sign up. Because that's what you need to do. You need to completely shake up your life to make something happen. Have you ever considered it? And I know you don't want to cut your hair, but it'll grow back. Have you ever considered it? Why not? Why? Because that's a valid reason. Wow, you got me with your logic on that one. Listen to me. How are you going to pay for engineering school?
Okay, well, if I get a job, I can pay for it. You know?
No, you can't. You can't pay for an engineering degree working at Walmart. You can't. If you join the military, they'll send you to college. You know, every one of the branches of our armed forces have engineers. There are Army engineers, there are Navy engineers. That's a plan, dude. You don't have a plan.
Okay, well, the officer that got fired, well, I did have a plan. The officer that got fired, he should know what he done.
Officer got you fired.
Yeah.
Okay, where were you working?
The USC fellow.
Okay, and how did you mean a cop?
Yeah.
How did the cop get you fired?
He was a member at the USC, and when it happened, I guess he thought he had a reason.
You mean when this happened? Okay. All right. Okay. So I'll give you that. Okay. How's that change what we're talking? We're not talking about this case now. We're talking about your life. How's the cop getting you fired determine whether or not you can afford to go to engineering school?
Because I would have had a job to pay for.
The BYC isn't going to pay for 4 years of college, dude. What were you making? $15 an hour?
I mean, I was making about $14,000 a year, so I mean,
that ain't even going to cover tuition.
When he mentions earning about $14,000 a year and talks about college plans that fell through after losing his job, it paints a picture of someone who hasn't yet found stable footing in life. His explanation feels uncertain, as though he had hopes for the future but never had the structure or guidance needed to follow through. You can sense that he's trying to communicate that he had goals, but the path toward them wasn't clear or consistent. Listening to him, you almost get the sense that he's navigating adulthood without much direction. Many young people struggle with understanding responsibility, long-term planning, or how quickly small decisions can turn into long-term consequences. Judge Oakley seems to pick up on that immediately. Even though judges are expected to remain neutral, you can tell she's genuinely trying to reach him, not with frustration, but with clarity and a firm reminder of the reality he's facing. Her tone suggests she sees potential for him to change course, but she also knows he has to want that change for himself. She's giving him straightforward honesty, hoping he'll recognize how important it is to take accountability now, before things get more difficult later on. Whether he truly understands that message is hard to tell in the moment he asks for his intentions about college or future plans. It's unclear if he's genuinely committed or simply overwhelmed by everything happening around him. If he does pursue education, he'll need focus and consistency, qualities that the court is trying to steer him toward. And right now, he seems conflicted, unsure, and possibly resistant to the kind of structure that long-term goals require. This is one of those cases where you hope the defendant realizes that judges, teachers, officers, any authority figure, aren't there to limit him but to show him the boundaries that keep life on track. If he can understand that and take responsibility, he may still have time to change direction. But if he continues pushing against every form of guidance, he risks making his situation even harder in the future.
Okay, well, I'm also adopted, so, the state would pay for it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you again. 30 hours community service. Have it done by February 1st. Goodbye.
As the hearing wraps up, it's hard to say whether this young man will actually take any of the judge's guidance to heart, based on how disconnected he seemed throughout the process. There's a real possibility he may go home and continue living exactly as he did before setting foot in the courtroom. And that's the unfortunate reality for many young people today. So many of them are struggling without direction, structure, or meaningful guidance in their lives. A lot of individuals his age end up drifting from one decision to the next without fully understanding how each choice shapes their future. When there isn't someone in their life consistently encouraging responsibility, self-control, and long-term thinking, it becomes easy to treat serious situations like casual moments. That's when courtrooms start feeling like a minor inconvenience rather than a turning point. What we saw today reflects a much bigger issue. Without strong mentorship, whether from a family member, a teacher, or a community figure, young people often don't learn how to manage challenges, make thoughtful decisions, or present themselves responsibly. Instead, they approach court as if the judge is simply going to overlook the behavior, when in reality the justice system is built on accountability, not leniency. Judge Oakley was absolutely right when she said she expects to see him again in the future. Her comment wasn't harsh. It was realistic. You can sense she genuinely hopes he chooses a different path. But his current attitude makes that outcome uncertain. If he continues dismissing authority and avoiding responsibility, the consequences will only grow. But that's just my perspective. I'd really like to hear what you think about this situation. Do you feel sympathy for him because he might not have the support he needs? Or do you think he's fully aware of his choices and simply refusing to change? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I always appreciate hearing your viewpoints. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. I appreciate every one of you, and as always, take care and stay safe.